So the Reciprocity Foundation serves homeless youth from all the boroughs around New York City. You know, most of them come from the streets. Most of the kids that you see here are living in homeless shelters. Most of those kids have gone through really horrible situations, you know, suffering, heartbreaks, abuse, sex work, I mean, you name it. A lot of the kids who come here identify as LGBT.
I've been doing meditation.
And when you look at the statistics in New York City, the official number is that about 40% of all the homeless kids in New York City are LGBT.
I'm grateful for the chance to live in my truth. I'm grateful for the chance to define myself, and I'm grateful for the chance to shape my own future.
And so they come here because this space feels like a family to them.
I come here sometime to hang out. This is some good food.
If you change your mind,
I'm grateful for Thursdays off from work and the space, being able to come here.
They come here and immediately they feel that there's enough space here to bring their stories, to bring their heartbreaks, to bring whatever it is that they're dealing with here, and that somehow we can receive it and help them to work through all of those things before they become part of the New York City street life, you know. So many stories I've heard over the years where, you know, a kid basically, you know, decides to claim their truth, decides to basically tell their parents, you know, this is who I am, you know, in the depth of my being. And then, you know, a lot of those, especially religious parents, just kick them out, hoping that somehow that's gonna fix them, so to speak. You know, so many people who, you know, proclaim to be good Christians or good Jews or good Muslims or good Hindus are basically kicking their kids out on the street just because their kid is gay. I mean, that just breaks my heart, you know. So let us all just maybe close our eyes for a moment and take a couple of deep breaths. That we're like finally arriving here. You know, some of our thoughts might still be somewhere else. So let's just become aware of what's going on in our minds, in our hearts right now, and slowly bring ourselves into this room, becoming aware of all the people around us. And also becoming aware of our intention. You know, why did we come here today? So just for a moment, become aware of that reason that brought you here today. We use a lot of holistic methodologies to help them heal from their trauma, because pretty much everyone who comes here, you know, has been traumatized and hurt. And then once they feel okay, we connect them to leaders from the industry of their choice. And the goal is to really support them so step by step they can find who they are, discover their talents, heal from their trauma, and then move into a profession that they really love. Correct. When you meet young people who tell you, I want to have your job, do you encourage them? Yeah. And what's your advice? Like, if that's what you want, what should they do?
Well, if you're good at something, it's like, why not do what you're good at? Like, sometimes people want to say, oh, I want to do this, but then you're really good at this. It's like, why don't you, what would be great is if you could like marry your passion, your dreams, and your talents, then you're like, basically you're like Kanye West or something. But like,
I know I wanted to be a designer, but I moved away from home because although my family supported my career decisions, I felt like my family was not going to be as supportive with my transition. So I knew that being from Maryland, I never saw anyone like me.
They know basically that the world that they were born into, the system that they were born into, is not offering them much. So they're trying to find out, what kind of world they want to live in, what kind of values they want to see, and then figure out their own unique way of making contribution to that world. They were broken by life, and it's unfortunate, but at the same time, because of that experience enabled them to see differently. So, they have this vision, they have this creativity, they have this compassion that our world needs.